Okay, so welcome to Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday mini movement. I'm just doing a little flow, some standing, some seated, nothing on the mat today. It's just like a mobility flow. So if you just follow me as a guide with the movements, but don't push those movements too far. It's just getting the joints moving. It's very gentle. And we're going to work really from top to toe, but we're going to start standing with some hip work, get those legs going. And I've just got a little bit of non-distracting music in the background. It's just very surreptitious. There we go. Okay, all right. So if you want to stand with your next to your chair, and we'll just get those hips and back moving to start with. Right. Okay. All right. So if you want to stand side on, and you're just going to do some easy leg swings with that outside leg. A little bit of a sway on the upper body. And as much as possible, keeping the feet sliding past each other, parallel. And then same thing the other side, make sure you give yourself enough clearance. So when I say use me as a guide, just copy my movements, but they don't have to be as big, or they could be bigger than mine. It's just different for everybody. Keeping it nice and gentle, yeah? Okay, set your feet next to each other. Okay, and you're just going to lean forward just a little bit with a bit of balance on the chair. You're just going to point your foot back, like a little bit of ballet, and then the other one. Just keep switching with this one. Keep that front leg a little bit bent. Just point the foot backwards. As you keep doing that, guys, I'm just going to move my camera because I'm not sure you can see my feet. Just keep going. Bear with me. Just going to move this back a little bit. That's better. That's better. 3, 2, and 1. And then stand up nice and tall, and then pointing the foot forward, you're just going to lift left and right like that. And it doesn't need to be high. You could just keep the toe on the floor like that if you like. Lift. Just start thinking about having your tummy muscles in tight. Hips coming back just a little bit. That's it. Nice and slow, nice and slow. I'm probably going a little bit too quick actually. Alright, good. Then you want to set your chair in front of you so you can lean into it a little bit. I'm going to stick to one leg this time. You're just going to take it out to the side. So just lift to the side and lower. Do your best not to let the toe turn out like this. So again, you're keeping your feet parallel. Just fitting some work into the side of the hip. Don't lean away from it. Keep your body nice and upright. A little bend in that other knee. Shoulders relaxed, eyes looking down at your chair seat. And switch. I find this one really does. You really get to feel the work a little bit on both legs. And 1. Okay, now step back a little bit so you have to reach for the chair. Feet are a good foot or foot and a half apart, knees a little bend. Push the hips back and then come back to a straight line with your body. And repeat. Opening up through the back of the body. Now that we've got those hips, it's nice and warm. And those muscles activated. We're going to repeat the flow, but in between, I'm going to have you seated and we're going to look at some upper body. Breathe for 2, breathe for 1. Okay, step in, just have like a little toe heel, just see how that feels. Hopefully a little bit looser in the hips. Have a seat, guys. Okay, sit nice and tall, heels directly underneath your knees, legs are parallel. Okay, we're just going to start working into the shoulders and the upper back now. So arms facing backwards, just lift your arms just above shoulder height, lean forward and then push back. Lift forward, push back. Again, doing your best to keep your arms parallel as they come back behind you, not splaying back, not splaying out. Just working through the shoulders gently. That's it. Good. Keep your head centered. Couple more. Okay, now leave them here, palms facing down towards the floor, and then pull the elbows back behind you, lean forward a little bit with it, and then reach and just come back to upright. Squeeze and up. Activating your upper back muscles. Make sure your elbows are lower than your shoulders, yeah, so that you're not stressing out the shoulders. You'll feel work on the back of your shoulders, top of your back, and again make sure that you keep your head in line with your spine, so as you lean forward you end up looking at the floor, yeah, not at the wall. Otherwise you've got your neck crooked, going to create tension in there that we don't want. 4, 3, 2 and 1. That one creates a little bit of work as well, so bring the arms down and just roll and relax through the shoulders. Just to loosen that off. Just painting circles with your elbows. Okay, that's it. All right, so shake those arms out a little bit. Good. Okay, from here, looking at the triceps a little bit more. So I just want you to lean forward, eyes down at the floor, and you're going to take the arms back in a V shape, so they're not parallel. Out wide, the thumbs are pointing in towards each other. Squeeze your shoulder blades back, have your core in nice and tight, and then just bring your thumbs towards each other behind you, and then come back out to that V. Squeeze and release. Show you from the front so you can see. Squeeze and release. This is working into your mid-back. The higher your arms are, the harder it is. So if it feels too hard, just drop the arms and just bring them back towards the small of your back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring them down by your side. And then big arm circles, 1 at a time. 5 on the right. Nice. 5 on the left. So you lift with the back of your hand and then let it turn so that the palm of the hand is facing downwards on the back part of that circle. And just release there. Nice. Okay, good job. So just a couple more things just for legs while we're seated, and then we're going to go back to those hip moves that we started with standing. Okay, so have your core in nice and tight. What I want you to do is just lift your right knee from the floor, set it down, just that. 8 of these. We're going to build from this, okay? So this is just level 1, so feel free to stick with this. This is working your core, activating your quad muscle and your hip flexor, which is right in the hip crease. Doing about 10 or 12. Switch over. Feet flexed. Try and keep all that tension, all that work in the lower part of your body. So make sure those shoulders are down and relaxed. Good. Just give them a little doodah, just loosen them off. Okay, I'm going to go back to the right. We'll do 3 sets of this. So I'm just going to add something. So you're going to lift it, straighten it, bring it back and put it down. If that feels like it's too much, just stick with the lift. Lift, straight. 5, 6, 7. This is harder than it looks. 8. So if you're feeling some work here, me too. And 10. Other side. 2, 3. Feel the work in your core. Don't slump over. Stay nice and upright. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Before we go on to round 3 of that, we're just going to do the upper body thing again. So, heels underneath your knees. Come forward, lift, and then you're going to stay there and then just put your arms back behind you. Okay, so take your arms up ahead, leading with the backs of your hands, and then push your palms backwards. This is where you keep your arms parallel if possible for working back, triceps and shoulders. 5, 6, and again, if your arms don't move as far as this, it's fine. As long as you can feel the work in your back, triceps and shoulders, that's okay. Range of motion is different for everybody. 8. Enjoy the feeling of those muscles working. Breathe through it. And 10. Now at the back, I want you to keep your hands there. Splay your fingers. Let your hands come out so you're in a bit of a V shape. And then squeeze those thumbs together and release for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze in a little bit further this time. 8, 9, and 10. Drop them by your side. Left arm circle back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And right. 1. Smile with it. 2, 3. Nice. 4 and 5. Third set. You can either just lift, you can lift and straighten, or you can do it with a straight leg, which is the hardest. Okay, so 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Remember those options. 4, 4, 5. They're all working the same muscles. 6. They're just layers up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Other side. Core in, sit up straight. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The reason this is so much harder is because the lever is longer, right? Remember, you're back to your school physics. Okay, the lever's longer, so the weight is more. 7. Really working the front of that quad. 8, 9, and 10. Just dance that up a little bit. All right, good stuff. Okay, so back up to stand. We're going to go back to the original flow that we did, and this should feel really good, nice and easy now that we've just worked through all those muscles gently. So, leg swings. Oh, it does feel good. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's fine. Switch over. Momentum here. Controlled momentum. 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Set your feet down. Bend your knees just a little bit. Lean forward a little bit from the hips. And you're going to point your right foot backwards. And then bring it in. Lift and lower. Again, it might just be small to there, just pointing that foot so it still rests on the floor. We might be bringing it higher. Squeeze in the glute. 10. Switch over. 3. Remember, relax through the upper body. Core awake, though. Core awake. 6. And then bring the chair in front of you, lean forward into it a little bit, out to the side. And switch. Try and keep everything else aligned. 6, 7, 8. Nice work. 9 and 10. Okay, step back a little bit, feet a little bit wider. This time we're going to sit here. So bend the knees a little, put the hips back. You need to be reaching for that chair. Not reaching as far as you can, but so that you've got some stretching, some pull through your back. Okay. Again, head in line with the spine. So if you are bending forwards 90 degrees from the waist, your eyes are straight down on the floor. Breathe and hold. Little bit of gentle pressure on those palms on the back of the chair. 4 fingers just to release through the fascia on the top back, which will spread down to the lower back. Oh, that just suddenly went then. That's so good. Okay. Bend the knee, step in a little bit towards the chair, but see if you can go a little bit wider. Okay, and then you're going to bend your left knee, keeping the right leg straight. Hips go back. Use the chair to temper the weight. Okay, and again, it may just be to here you're feeling a stretch on the inner thigh on that straight leg. Breathe. And use the chair to pull yourself up and over to the other side. Back up to center. Toe heel in carefully. Bring your feet in so that they're quite close. Step back just a little so you're about this shape. Bend the knees just a teeny bit. And then lean over so that you feel quite a big stretch on. You might feel it on the back of your knees, that's fine. Hopefully more on the hamstrings. If you feel it a lot on the backs of your knees, just lift up so the stretch isn't so intense, or bend the knees more. So you're feeling that pull between the back of the knee and the back of the hip is what we're going for. Couple of deep breaths here. This is our last stretch. Then bend the knees more to come on up to a squat. Step in. Roll through those shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, arms up. Big breath out. And there you go, guys. That is your mini movements. Nice work. I hope you're feeling marvelous. Let me turn off this music and you can tell me how you are.